as I got clear on the vision, I got clear on my calling and then shared it, the fear started to like disseminate. It was really
I
interesting.
want to say
I didn't
something
expect.
about that because it's perfect. I'm going to talk about this in the book. There are these seasons, there are
Okay.
these periods of time, there are these moments when we're really kind of getting clear about what it is that we're up to. There's moments
Hmm.
when we're just totally in action. And then there's
Yeah.
moments when we're just like letting go. We're actually trusting
Yeah.
in the flow, in the
Yeah.
conversation. What's next? I don't know. And I'm going to talk about that in the book and kind of helping people navigate because in different areas of their life at different times, it's one of the or the other. It's not like sometimes it's like right like in the area of career. Sometimes it's like what is it, and sometimes it's like I'm just doing it, and sometimes it's like I don't know, but I'm on fire. And it's like helping people
Yeah.
understand where am I in that? Which of those three am I in right now, so that I can actually be appropriate with my focus
It's
about what
really
I'm
neat.
going to create. Yeah, so we're going to be
Really,
talking about that. So
it's
let's.
relevant.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's super relevant. So let's
So
get
for
real.
real.
Let's get real about because I know we're talking a lot about because in the book I'm going to talk about body, emotion, mind, and soul and calling.
Okay.
We're talking a
Okay.
lot about calling. Tell me
Yeah.
where you've noticed, like when you're working with people or with, in the conversations that you've had, or even maybe for yourself, maybe you've noticed this at times, when those other areas of life, if the attention to your body and health falls away,
Yeah.
if you start to, not be digging into your emotions, not feeling, not allowing yourself to express, if you start to get muddy mentally, how that impacts people's calling, how that impacts the way, in other words, maybe they got clear about the calling, but how does that then interact with those three other areas again, such that it either supports the calling or
Hmm.
begins to undermine the journey towards the calling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're all interrelated, as
Yeah,
you know, which is why
yeah,
they're all in the book.
yeah.
The thing is, like that I see is that you it goes back to what I said earlier, how work should support your life.
Mm,
So it goes back to your life, which is
yeah,
those components. You design it, you create it.
yeah,
Your calling follows suit, in my opinion.
yeah,
Like your calling is weaved in, but like how do you want to live? Like what do you
mm,
need like physically? What
yeah,
works for you?
yeah.
And what missing do you notice? So actually at work it's a great example because you're at corporations. Is physical fitness important? Like is that important to you?
Is it
Where
part
do
of the?
you,
Is it part of that place? Like, do they care about it as well? Right? Is it like in their fabric or not?
or do they? Yeah, is it in their cultural fabric?
Yeah.
But before it is, like, is it in yours?
Right. Very
Do
good.
you
Yeah.
know what your own fabric is? Because how can you hold an organization
Yeah.
or a corporation accountable for knowing for catering to, and this is a very millennial thing, for
Yeah.
catering to your life and your needs if you're not clear on them.
Yeah. It's very good.
And I think that that's the journey. Like that is part of the journey is getting clear on how they all work together.
Yes.
So for me, I know that when I don't exercise,
Yeah.
I don't perform as well at work.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
When I'm not spiritually connected,
Yeah.
can I still perform? Yeah, I absolutely can. But can I? Where do I perform the most powerfully? In what circumstances?
Yeah.
What state of being? When I'm spiritually connected.
Yeah.
The end of story. So it's not. It's up to me to figure out how I'm going to weave that into my day,
Yeah.
and and it's up to me to show up to my calling or
Yeah.
your career or your job, whatever it may be,
Yeah.
as my best self. And so, how you become your best self
Paying
is
attention to those areas, right? It's like,
learning how they all connect to each other.
yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it. If you were an employer, if you were managing a team, like, wouldn't you want everyone showing up
Yeah.
as their best selves? That's what you want,
Yeah.
you know? But you're not going to go dictate that. So I
No.
really think it's your responsibility as an individual. Like, figure that out and have
Yeah.
fun with it.
And,
That's interesting.
and then for the company, hopefully the company wants to create the conditions. They're interested in creating the conditions for it. And if they can create the conditions for it, then people show up in a powerful way, then everybody wins.
That's my mission. Yeah,
Ta-da!
absolutely. I want to reshape them.
I love
Yeah,
it.
but they're all connected.
Yeah.
Like for me, absolutely. And I found that with clients I coach as well.
Yeah.
We work with 4 projects
Okay.
usually during our time together.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because when I look at the projects and break them down, usually each project has to do with one of these components.
It's great.
So you'll have a physical project on there.
Yeah.
Usually there's a spiritual / relationship
Yeah. Very
project
good.
somewhere weaved in.
Yeah.
And there's often a mental challenge.
Yeah.
either an academic one in a traditional format, or I want to learn a new language.
Yeah.
There's often something mental. So you see that people are naturally wired to do this.
They are, aren't they?
They naturally, yeah, we all are, right? Don't
I
you
love
think?
it. No, I do, and that's why that's why I've broken it down this way and kept it to those four areas, just so that people can focus and just
Hmm.
if they can get clear on those four areas, I think it's a win. I mean, it's a win for life, it's a win for career, it's a win for relationship, it's a win for
Yeah,
finance, it's a win for everything.
right. So when you think about your career, and when people think about this, where they go to work every day, kind of back to your first question,
Yeah,
um, you do your job. You do your job of designing the life you want. Like design it. So and learn what you need with that mix.
yeah,
So if you need to, if you need to work out and whatever it is, how much time do you need to do that? And
yeah,
how much time do you want to dedicate yourself spiritually?
yeah,
How much do you want to be learning and growing? All of those components, if you know them, the odds of you finding a calling are so much higher. And the odds of you being really serving those around you in a professional capacity, yeah,
and then
like
being
there's,
satisfied for themselves, like just having a level of satisfaction, like that this is all working, this all actually makes sense for me, I get to
yeah,
contribute, I get to feel good, it all works.
yeah, right. And those that are totally, absolutely. But those that are satisfied with themselves, like to what you're writing on, which is so beautiful,
Yeah,
it's infectious.
yeah,
People know that. It's infectious. So
yeah,
you end up giving it right back to the other person and vice versa.
yeah.
If you're not fully satisfied, that's also picked up right away.
Uh-huh.
People know it.
Yeah,
They know it. So that impact that has a ripple effect as well.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And so
Perfect.
I guess I think sometimes people think, oh well, I want to help other people. I shouldn't put myself first. Putting myself first would be selfish, or that
Mm,
wouldn't be, and it's completely the opposite.
yeah.
Yeah, which is why.
You gotta sort yourself out first before you're gonna sort anything out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's gotta be that way.
yeah.
Amazing. Mala, thank you so much for
You're
taking
so
this time.
welcome.